Hey everyone, I'm live. I'm live actually watching the game here, but wanted to get this in while the game is about to end. So it's hopefully you all are watching the game. So it's 94-76, right? With 7:23 left in the fourth quarter of the contest. And also trying something new here, as you can tell. So I thought, why not? And let's see here. Hello, everybody. Is anyone else watching the game other than us? The Warriors game is on. The Warriors are ahead by. The Warriors are ahead by 18 points. Yeah, exactly. Turn out the lights, the party is over. And is that Iguodala? Yeah, he's pushed. Anyway, I'm setting up the live stream. Hold on a second, folks. So, I will have some news for you all a little bit later after this game is over. Hello, gosh, how about everybody watching the game? I guess not. I guess not. Where are you? Thompson. Well, hey, thanks, Mr. Jackson. It's very nice. It's very nice. Let's see here. It's whoever thumbed up, thanks. This is gonna be. Yep, it's Curry. 20-point lead. That's more. That's a little less than 20 points. 17-point lead. Yeah, 17 points. Stephen Collins. Now it's 19 points. They only gave him 2. So let's see. The stream was good. Yeah. Hey, the Wonder Woman. The Wonder Woman commercial. Finally. This is going to be a great movie. Wow.
Prince, Diana Prince, rated PG-13.
June 2nd. That's a month from now. Yep, 1 month. Wonder Woman, folks. That'd be a great interview. Yes, I quite agree. So, what do you think of the game, Mom?
Oh, the game here?
Yeah, Warriors game.
Playoffs at the very end. Odds. Oh boy, I think they can win this one.
You worried about the Warriors?
I said I think the Warriors are going to win this series.
Yeah.
Steakhouse sauce, bacon, and crispy onions. Try the new Steakhouse King or the Bacon King. Only at Burger King.
Hello.
Steakhouse.
Hello. All. Yeah. Oh, what I think about Jamal Charles signing with the Broncos? Wow, that's great for the Denver Broncos because I know they want a speed running back, and Jamal Charles is certainly that. He stays in the AFC West, and he remains a danger to the Raiders' defense, among others. Remember what he did to us 2 years ago? Man, that was bad. So, Jamal Charles was with the Kansas City Chiefs, and now he's signed with the Denver Broncos. Yeah, so. Did you miss any Vegas updates? Not yet. I just started, and
We'll keep an eye
I'm gonna get more revved up when the Warriors game is done, but I have some Vegas news for you. Oh yeah.
on the train.
Adam Jones got a standing ovation in the Boston game after.
You got your 100,000
Oh yeah, that was terrible. I mean, that guy who was
Get one more?
called all the racist names in Boston.
loyalty program.
Yeah, we were talking about that. That's
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
But
That's horrible.
Hotels.com is
just horrible.
instant savings
Ugh.
now, 3 nights later. Hotels.com.
Never thought I'd see the. I never thought we. Well, for all these good people, there's like a few bad people. But we got the Warriors, and that doesn't happen in the Bay Area. So, like, you know. Let's see here. So Ian Clark has really come along for the Warriors. Yes, Billy Ray Cyrus is now wants to be called Cyrus. That's Miley Cyrus' dad, and that's the only way I never heard of him. Hey John, how you doing? Yes, there is, and I'll have more on that a bit later. Which is down the stretch in the fourth quarter, with 5:30 to go, and the Warriors are ahead by 19 points. 19 points. Hello. Alrighty, hello. Go Cubs. Cubs. Did I get my 24 jersey yet? No, I haven't. That's a good one. What lawsuit? And Miguel says, "Hey Ziddy, what do you think about the Raiders drafting Trayvon Hester in the NFL draft?" I'm still concerned about that first pick. Let's see here. All right. Hold on a second. As far as the lawsuit, I can tell you there's a lot of talk going on. That I can say. A lot of ideas being thrown around. So, yeah. Yeah.
Sort of an expert. He could come over and help us out. He's a doctor from the University of Cincinnati.
Good.
He's a Bearcat doctor. My Bearcat last good, huh? Feeling sharp. Congratulations. Thanks, B.I. I appreciate that. Special moment. Thanks so much.
Let's see. Someone on the job mentioned once the Warriors moved to San Francisco that Oakland might consider an NHL expansion hockey team. Any truth to that? That's up to the NHL. We have to file. It's a good question. I'll ask. Have to plan the attack, not just do it. That's correct. That's correct.
I wouldn't say that was a necessary basketball move.
This is Did you all see the way Steph Curry faked out Rudy Gobert? I made a little video about that on Instagram. Check it out. Let's see here. It's a technical foul.
The flagrant. Actually, I disagree. Sometimes if
Wow.
you get beat, it's necessary to throw someone into the stand. Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm telling you what. That's unnecessary.
Two.
So the
Yeah,
play
come on already.
Yeah.
but also executed correctly if you're Utah. Absolutely.
What is the Raiders' plan of attack in order to stay in Oakland?
I see they took steps.
Let's see here. Answer: insult Oakland.
The Warriors, their average margin of victory so far in the postseason is over 11 points, 11.5.
That's the answer.
Actually, and, they're going to add to that here tonight. Under 5 minutes to go. Rodney Hood.
Ooh,
Pulling
boy.
past in the foul boy, and he is
He traveled. I
on board
thought.
in the postseason. Joel
I thought that was a travel.
Weaver State, the rookie,
I thought that was a travel.
get some valuable minutes here. Where you can take him if you're Quinn Snyder. Quinn Snyder, you know, it's
Thank you,
all
Miguel.
about is the rim.
Oh,
Finishes at the rim, but I mean, you see
Finish.
the crowd just talking with Quinn before the game, Kevin. First game of the series, he's trying to take it in its own windows as it comes. And
Draymond does the LeBron, said somebody.
that work. But I think he understands it.
One of the beaters said Draymond does the
Gotta
LeBron.
get used to the pace, gotta get used to the rhythm. They want to grind them out 7-game series. As Trey Lyles hits the jumper. And, you know, that's a big win for this organization as they start to enter into a perennial playoff.
4 minutes.
Yeah. We have a lot of stuff to look at here, and the team that go over their mistakes and they'll say, hey, this is what we got to do better. And, you know, one thing that we have to talk about is Jason West. Jason West has 7 assists. You know, that just goes to show how good this Golden State Warriors team is. I mean, David
Oh, happy Taco Tuesday. That's right. It is Taco Tuesday somewhere.
Finished with 17 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. They take a look at the rest.
We have games going through, is that May 15th? Mother's Day, isn't it?
TNT for Game 4 in Salt Lake City on Monday.
Oh.
Now the passing, the assist numbers.
Hey, Golden State, how you doing?
Golden State jump off the page. They have 30 assists on 30
Oh.
made field goals.
A nasty dunk. Oh.
And a comfortable.
How you like his glasses,
Mike?
Mike?
And for Mike Brown, who once hired Wendy Snyder as his assistant with the Lakers, just the 1 year.
I don't think they look good on me, though. It's like,
Know
maybe.
each other well. And speak very highly of one another
Yeah.
as well.
Thinking about getting glasses.
Yeah. I'm thinking about getting some glasses first. Let's see here. Riles,
On the way to the basket. And it's in. So
329. Nope. 101.86. How do I grade the Raiders in? Oh, I'll give it a B. Actually,
With Steve Kerr being gone and the loss of the coaching position with
B minus.
taking over. So what does Golden State lose? What are some of the
Yeah, I hope Curry. Is Curry going to sit out the rest of the game, I guess? He's probably done.
Golden State Warriors moving on? I think the team falls into rhythm with the coach and the coach with the players and the players with the coach. And I just think every coach sees
The Conley issue.
things a little bit differently. You know, when are you going to make a substitution? When are you going to make a change to the defensive scheme? You know, I think Steve had a really good feel for that team. I'm sure Coach Mike Brown is gaining that feel. The players are gaining that feel with Mike. What's acceptable, what's not acceptable. So it's a learning process, but
Oh, okay.
this team, and, you know, Mike's
You mean he twisted his ankle?
qualified to coach this
One of my
team.
viewers says he thought that Steph Curry tweeted his ankle. Tweet. It was a typo. Twerked. Oh, tweaked. Oh, tweaked. I see.
Came down on it.
Well, Mike Brown, a
Yep.
defensive specialist, and been in the league a long time. Tonight is his 84th game as a head coach in the playoffs. The acting head coach as
Nope.
Clark
Missed.
down the 3. Patrick McCall getting some playing time. We got to start.
While we're getting to the end, I'm going to check something really quick based on a tip a friend of mine gave me. Hold on, folks. 104.80. This is a blowout. It's a blowout, I
They can
think.
hit from anywhere. They're going,
Oh.
got a phone call.
Clark County Recorder's Office.
There's one of these.
These two could be
Conley only from the mind of Reggie. Yeah, that wasn't a good idea. Conley. No, you know, Crawford, what the Warriors do is they rent out the lake chalet for parties during the playoffs and the finals. So if you walk around the lake, you can go over to 1531 Lakeside Drive. That's the lake chalet. Chances are the Warriors have closed off the building. So this commercial's funny. This guy's got 19 shoes. 19 size 19 shoes. Looks like this is goofy.
Just because you drive an official vehicle of the NBA doesn't make you an official NBA player.
What do you have a wreck with the big
Yeah, how you drive with those shoes?
Oh, that's a big table.
I don't get that.
What they're doing in this commercial is making
You can mix and match your mix.
so you know what kind of car he wants.
So you can get just the meal you want.
So you can drive a car like that with shoes that big? I don't.
No, it's just making you remember.
It's a citrus. He says clown shoes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
For just $5.
The NBA awards are coming to TNT on June 26th.
private prestige, celebrating performance, pushed by Trey. There are only Banjo categories.
NBA awards coming. Let's see here. Do I think? Do you think there will be the award will be a bust? He didn't really do much last year for the Raiders.
Yeah, why don't you get a chance to get to go for the NBA awards?
That's an ideal. I'll apply for a credential. You know, see what happens. So, let's see here. John Marks calls them Ronald McDonald shoes. Yeah, like they're clown. Ronald McDonald. Jay Ward. I don't think he'll be a bust. I just think the award has to be put in. Well, you know what? Let me see something here. You just gave me. You get me. Gave me an idea. 1 second. I just want to check something. I just want to check something.
Just how you run a team, but that, you know, life is obviously a lot, you know, bigger than basketball, and it's a nice little, I guess, marriage of those two that you can kind of enjoy along the way in the process of what we do.
Words of Steph Curry talking about his head coach, Steve Kerr. This is his third consecutive game here tonight. As excellent goes to the hole. And when you think about Steve Kerr, he's been a coach of the year. As a player, that 72-win Bulls team, and then as a coach last year, 73 wins by the Warriors, 6 rings.
You know, I think Ward needs to. Talking about Jai Ward, I think he needs to be put in a situation where he is isolated and can make plays. So you blitz a linebacker outside of him and give him room to get in, like inside rush technique, which he's pretty good at. I think he can be a contributor, someone to spell defensive ends and work his way into a more effective role on the defense. So it's a matter of letting him get his NFL feet where he was just taken, okay? And I think that's a big thing. And I'm if they're asking him to two gap, forget it. No. Matt Barnes the Coliseum is emptying out. Oracle Arena is emptying out, folks. Because there's 90 to 106 now. Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It is a wrap. Now, oh! It's always funny to me when they have these dunks by the team that's getting beaten a bunch. See, now all the Warriors have to do is hold on to the ball. They're still firing threes, huh? No? Yep, that's their game. Nope. Warriors just fire threes all day long. Yep. Semi-final round, the top seed, the Golden State Warriors. Against the 5 seed. Is that Amari Cooper watching me? No, you mean in the room? No, it's my mom. I think the Warriors are going to win the NBA championship, says I agree with you. 28 seconds left. And the crowd is standing up, giving the Warriors an ovation. And they are about to close it out. Yeah. Oh, my favorite restaurant here in the area? Wow. Favorite place. My favorite sit down. Well, Golden State won. 94-106. That's huh? I was thinking. Hey, that's that's Dave Chappelle. He had a Dave Chappelle is there. You see Dave Chappelle, folks? Dave Chappelle had a courtside seat. Everybody's trying to get a picture with Dave Chappelle. That's funny.
They didn't look any worse for the wear of sitting around for 8-9 days.
Oh, my favorite restaurant in Atlanta. I would have to say, I don't know if I have a favorite yet. That's a good question. Because Golden State says In-N-Out Burger. Am I going to watch the fight this weekend? I don't know. I'm not really a fight guy. Ultimate women's, ultimate maybe, but this is. And Walk Blurry 93 says, I hope the Raiders can win the Super Bowl the next few years, but I can't root for a Vegas Raider team just the same. Yeah, that deal is shady. That whole land deal is, I don't know. I'm still wondering if the Adelsons are involved. Okay, here's my news. I want to write it right here. I think Sheldon Adelson still involved.
You take a look at what happened tonight. Boston winning in overtime. 53 points from Isaiah Thomas up 2-0 in that
There.
series. Cleveland tomorrow.
I think Sheldon Adelson is still involved. So there you go, Mom. We got Boston, 2 games to Washington. And did you see the bracket? Yeah. So maybe we can go back to the bracket a little. Let's see. Does it work here? It doesn't work. Yeah, it does work here. Yeah, see, there's the bracket. So Boston's got 2 games to Washington's none. Cleveland has 1. They play tomorrow. Golden State has the 1. I'm showing my mom the bracket on the television. We've got Houston 1, and San Antonio hasn't won a game. And that's on the way to the Eastern Conference Finals and then the Western Conference Finals before you get to the NBA Finals. So there we go. Okay, so there we go. All right. Hey, Steve Macy, how you doing? John Mark says, yeah, I hope Vegas falls and the Raiders feel the burn. Hey, the burn. That's right. I like that. In-N-Out fries are overrated. I like In-N-Out burgers, but there's no In-N-Out burger near us. You're getting hungry now. No, the Las Vegas, the LV Stadium Company was established on August 28th of 2016, last year. These guys are funny. These guys on TNT are the best. And they're making fun of what they're funny. They got Draymond's got something on. I don't know what he's wearing. That's hilarious. NBA on TNT. You can't pay me $25,000 to wear this. That's hilarious. Zenny, do you think the Vegas deal will fall apart? Yes, I do. And for the reasons I've stated. I do. You also have a lot of new people involved in this, a lot of first-timers, and it just is, they're trying to do a lot too quickly, and it's just not going to come out well. Just being honest, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. And there are people who think that because, like, I never said the Raiders would not buy the land. I only point out the Raiders didn't have the land. Okay? And that was a big issue. Are you okay? Okay. That was a big issue. So, how do you think Adelson is still involved? Still owning the land, maybe? No, I think Las Vegas Sands, this is my speculation, okay? I believe Las Vegas Sands fronted the Raiders some cash at some point, and that went into this LLC. And I think that they used that cash, at least part of it, I don't know how much it was, to buy the land. Because that LLC was set up before Adelson was out. Okay, it was set up August 16th. Excuse me, August 24th of 2016, last year. Now they didn't just have that thing sitting there. Okay, and that was set up when, again, Mark Davis and Sheldon Adelson were partnered. And not only that, the filing of the document is on the 24th of August, right? So if we think about the SNTIC, they were still meeting, okay? And there was a lot of pressure on getting a land deal done at that time, remember? So I firmly believe this is what's called a null hypothesis. You know, I believe, and Sidra said, if money was there, why did it take so long to buy the land? Well, I don't know the answer to that question. Except that, well, no, yes, I do know the answer to that question. Yes, I do. Speculatively, I don't have the evidence, and so I'm going to be clear. I don't like to assume or base an entire news direction on speculation. Okay. So I'll say this. I think I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I think that I'll tell you what I think happened. This is what I speculate. I speculate that it was because the Raiders were not certain they had the votes. And remember, Jerry Jones came in this year, not last year. So there were a lot of relationships that had to be smoothed over, ownership votes that had to be gotten. And not only that, remember, if the Raiders had bought the land in August, let's say the Raiders bought the land in August, right? And then they didn't win the vote for the Nevada legislature. They would have been stuck. That LLC would have been stuck with some money. Now, here's the thing. If the LLC were financed by Adelson, it wouldn't matter. From a standpoint of the Raiders being financially hit, because Adelson's super rich, right? So I really believe that Adelson's money is still in this deal. And I think that's what we're looking at. Now, how much of his money, I don't know. But I'm speculating. As if I talked to the Godfather. Yeah, I talk to the Godfather quite frequently, actually. I'm trying to get him on the show. Let's see here. It's 85 degrees in California, Golden State. And so if there was no vote, they would be stuck with like, yeah, but see, here's the thing. If there were no vote, they could have turned it over to Las Vegas Sands, right? And they would have had the land. But also, the land had to be analyzed and evaluated. But they waited to do that until after the NFL vote. So there was a lot of hedging of bets. I think that's what you were looking at. They didn't want to get ahead of themselves. And then, of course, we know what happened in the fall. Is that Adelson Davis gave his first indication that he was going to go behind Adelson's back, right? And so you had that issue as well. But what I think is that I'm just going to say I have a feeling, all right? I'm going to take an alternative course. I'm going to throw out something a little crazy. I think that whole controversy between Adelson and Davis was manufactured. I think it was manufactured. I'm beginning to think it was manufactured. Just to make it look like Adelson was gotten out of the way and everything's moving forward. I'm beginning to believe that's the case. I really am. So, yeah, well, Citroen is a stupid move, but think about it. You know, think about it. What's the difference between their being involved, right, and not from our perspective? It's that we only know that Adelson was involved, right? That was public knowledge. But what if we took that knowledge away? As now, how do you know that he's really not involved? Because no media says so. He controls the major organ out there, and nobody wants to scuttle the deal. All right? That's why I got after Richard Viola today on Twitter when he said to me that the Raiders bought, and I said, it's an LLC and it's iffy. And then I pointed out to him that he writes for the Las Vegas Review, which is owned by Sheldon Adelson, which means Mr. Adelson, his boss. And as Ed Graney told me, he cannot talk, who works for the Las Vegas Review Journal, he cannot talk about Sheldon Adelson or he'll get fired. So why would Graney get fired and not Richard? Not Rick, excuse me. I call him Rick, keep calling him Richard. Not Rick. Rick Viola, right? Okay, you see my point? Now, yeah, they didn't want anything to do with him. It's Raider Cat. Are you suggesting that Sheldon be receiving a gym bag full of money on the down low? I think so. I think there's some money being passed around on behind our backs. I really do, and I can't prove it right now. I don't have the evidence to say, yeah, that's it. But it's a null hypothesis. So, if you ever taken statistics, you know that you set up your null hypothesis as the thing you have to disprove, right? And then you do everything you can to disprove it. So that's where I'm at. And Steve, I don't think, hey, Steve Macy, let me ask you this. If the league were going to step in and help Mark Davis, how come they didn't step in and help Dean Spanos? Because the owners said to Dean, hey, look, if we help you stay in San Diego, we got to help everybody else. And that's why Dean left. He left in a fit of pick. So you're going to tell me that they're suddenly going to turn around and pony up a bunch load of money for Mark Davis they didn't for Dean Spanos? I'm not believing that one. I mean, without a quote. That's a direct quote. I'm sorry, I'm not buying that one. Not even a speculation. Forget it. So, as they should, the NFL makes more than enough money. Yeah, but they don't want to. All right? No, it wasn't even that. Golden State, as far as Golden State says, or maybe the NFL didn't help Spanos so Raiders wouldn't go to LA. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, it wasn't that. It was the owners. Well, wait. Okay, I see what you're saying, right? But see, Dean went anyway, and there wasn't anybody stopping him. You didn't have anybody at the LA-San Diego border saying, "Hey, God, no, don't do that, man. You can't move," right? I'm just saying. All right. You did say there were conflicts between NFL brass and NFL owners. Yeah, there are. There are people in the NFL that don't like this deal. The NFL, and as I told a friend of mine earlier today, is not this one tight group where everybody is working in lockstep. Don't believe that at all. You have infighting and everything else. Don't believe that at all. Let's see here. It's really going to suck, says Walkbury. It's really going to suck knowing the Raiders not only won't be in Oakland, but not even in California. Well, hold on a second. The Raiders are here. At least for 2 years. Okay? Anything can happen. So, again, I caution everybody, just hold your horses. Okay? Just hold your horses. Just, if you're upset, write a letter to the league, write a letter to the Raiders. Let them know. If you want to get involved in some lawsuits, call Ray Bobbitt, help him out. But don't push them out when they're not out, because they're here in Oakland, all right? I'm just saying. Okay, we've got Zinni, will you play DraftKings next year? I've never played that. I don't, for some particular reason, I tried fantasy football and it just turns me off. And I think the reason it turns me off is that the reason fantasy football turns me off is the opposite of the reason I like Stratomatic Football or PlayStation, Playmaker, because I'm in control of strategy. With fantasy, I don't have any control at all. It's purely your best guess, and I don't like that. I like sure things. All right, I like sure things. How about No, I haven't played FanDuel. Nope, I haven't. I probably should, just for talking reasons, but I'm a football strategy guy. Oh, by the way, we were talking about blitzes last night, and there's a blog called Blitzology I want everybody to check out. The author does a great job of giving you a graphic and video rundown of the latest in NFL strategy with respect to blitzes. It's a fantastic blog, okay? It's fantastic. Okay, Steve Macy says, as for players, I hope there are sellouts, but I don't want sellouts because I don't want Mark making money. I'm so confused. Well, here's the thing. If you're confused, what about the NFL owners who have to play the Raiders? What I mean by that is their teams come to the Coliseum. They've got to be worried about the money that they're going to make or not, because the Raiders keep favoring Las Vegas and pissing everybody off. See? So, how you doing, Rick Rice? Rick Rice, how you doing? Barry Lee says, it does look like the A's are going to go to Howard Terminal site, or is it still up in the air? Signs point to Howard Terminal. Steve Macy, for the players, I hope I got that one. Rich Archuleta, the Warriors, on TNT, I've got Shaq, Ernie, Dominique Wilkins, the great Dominique, and the fantastic Charles Barkley in front of me. Whoa, wait a minute. Steve Collins said you canceled your 4 seats in 118, been waiting 4 weeks for your money. I'm going to put that on Twitter. Hold on a second. That's news, man. What? I got to tweet that out there, man. That is news. The human highlight film. Hey, who do you guys like, TNT better or ESPN? I'm just asking. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Steve Collins says, cancel my Raiders. Hold on a second. Doggone it. Money. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get this out for you, Steve. This is good. This is live, late breaking news. Raiders. Hashtag NFL. Hashtag Raiders. Got it. Okay. Got it. I tweeted that out there for you, Steve. Steve Collins says, canceled my Raiders. 4 tickets in 118. Been waiting 4 weeks for money. 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Wow. Wow. You're welcome. You're very welcome. I said even hashtagged it in NFL, man. That's horrible. Colin Cowherd, Steve Macy says, what's the chance you get Amy Trask? I've tried Amy, but Amy doesn't say she want to come. She just doesn't respond. And I think it's because she knows, you guys pressure Amy Trask to come on. Pressure her. Give her the, hey, Amy, you need to be on Zenny's live stream. You know what? She could be watching right now. Hey, Amy. Golden State Raider says, I don't care how accurate that Zenny says still that is Zenny sales rep says said 7 business days. Wow. I think Singer says, I think the deadline for you to cancel your tickets was April 17th. Yeah, that's horrible. So they owe you Stephen, they owe you $4,260. Woo! John Gruden and Bill Malinowski should. Get Amy Trask. How's that? Get Amy. Correct. Get Amy Trask. Let's see. What did I miss anybody's shout outs? Hold on a second. Get Amy Trask. Oh, look at your last comment. Hold on a second. Hey, Cole Cubs, can you? There's stuff going by so fast. Can you repost it, or maybe pay $2 to put it on Super Chat? $2 billion, like Frederico. Hold on a second. I'll send her a tweet saying thanks. GSR said that 7 to 10 days. Hashtag get Amy Trask. I love it. Miguel Rose says Jim Plunkett and Rich Gannon would be great guests. I like that as well. Let's see, we've got. This is more comfortable than upstairs. Any lawsuit news? Yes. There's talk. Okay. I can't say from who. I can only say there's talk. There are people kicking around ideas. I can tell you that, all right? I can tell you that. Hold on a second. Hold on. All right. Now, just put that on Facebook is what I was doing. Yeah, eminent domain's the best way to go. I know there are a number of people who favor trying to take the name, but there's no real legal precedent for that. There's an action. What I'm saying is that hasn't been tested in court. There was a settlement, but it was never brought to a jury trial where the jury said you can do it. However, the California Supreme Court has said that Oakland can acquire the Raiders by eminent domain. We just need to test that again. All right. Steve, I believe you mean say it's like fake news. Nothing against it, right? What did Steve say? Steve says, sorry, GSR, I'm honest, man. Steve says 4 weeks sounds kind of like fake news. You mean as far as the ticket issue? Wow. You know what? Steve Collins, you have a case for... You could file a small claims court lawsuit against the Raiders because the limit's $7,000. You're right within that. All you got to do, I think it costs you $30 to file. Go down to Alameda County Superior Court and file a small claims case against the Raiders. I'm not kidding you. They owe you $42.60, and you haven't been paid, and it's causing you emotional damage. You're talking about it. Hey, you said it right here to us. Let them know. You know what I mean? Let's see. Walkerbury, why wasn't the Raiders draft being announced? Why was it? Okay, you don't understand it, and I don't think it was logical. I think no. I'm going to speculate. I believe that the Raiders are bending over backward to get everything they can and make nice with everybody in Vegas to, if you believe the Adelson situation, to make up for that. Or even, let's say even if that's in hiding, it's still to make nice for all the political people that they owe a debt to. I think that's what that is. I think whatever mob mentality is going on, that's a joke, okay? I'm not saying that's a joke. No, but you know what though? There is that Mo Green element coming along. I haven't forgot about what I said. So let me come back to that. Mark Davis is trying to avoid being Mo Green. So he goes, look, I'll put you on television. I'll let you announce the draft picks. And they were like, you'd better. You'd better. And so there you are. Somebody's in some deep doo-doo with this stuff, man. Wow. Wow. Dorian says they're trying to build a strong fan base. They're showing too long. It was just too soon. But here's the thing, Dorian. Why interrupt your visiting team's share revenue this year, let alone next year, okay? If we go and watch the Coliseum and it's half full, or if you like half empty, that hurts the NFL. And you can bet people are going to point out back to that situation, all right? If that's what you're staring at. Let's see. Vegas trap pick sucks. Still in Oakland. Yep. Yeah. Mark Davis is Mo Green. I agree. Let's see. Jin Y. Parker says, Colin says the NBA lost a lot of TV ratings when they let the Sonics move. Washington State hates the NBA because of that. They learned from that and decided to save the Pelicans from moving. Moving is not the best idea. And the NFL and the owners really screwed up with this one. And they're going to wind up paying for it for a while. Let's see here. Crawford says, Rich Eisen promoted Bruno Sammartini over the Vegas picks. He did, actually. That was funny, wasn't it? Walkberry says, Vegas has fans of other teams that won't switch to the Raiders. They have to rely on SoCal fans showing up. Wow. Jamal Mills says, hey, Zinni, could you scroll up and see my last question? Oh, boy. Let me try. Yeah. Let me give it the old college try here. Jamal. Ellis Conway, how you doing? Almost like unintentionally advising something. One thing I do notice about Vegas, every time Zinni brings up a problem with Vegas, it's like they have people on the live stream, on this live stream, getting info. Yeah, Ellis, I think you're absolutely right about that. I think you're absolutely right. Yep, I think you're absolutely right about that. I think there are a lot of people watching this who, television people, representing local news, you know, all kinds of folks, absolutely. Maybe an occasional player. Maybe Derek Carr. I don't know. I didn't see... Thank you, Steve. I did not see your... I apologize. Can you... Jamal, can you post that again? Can you do a copy-paste? Oh. The NHL doing everything they can to keep the Coyotes in Arizona. Okay. Jamal, hey Jamal, can you repost that? Can you do a copy-paste? Yeah, just, you know what? Do me a copy-paste. There's so much here. I mean, either that or just super chat. You know, spend a couple of bucks. I'll buy some coffee with it. And, you know, I can see it, right? It just sticks there. Otherwise, if I have to go fishing for it, with all this stuff coming through, and it's like, oh my God. Copy what you wrote, paste it so I can see it again. That helps me a lot. Hey, Barry, good night. I'll see you. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Why did Mark Davis lie to Raider Nation about staying in Oakland months ago? Because he didn't... Yeah, there are a lot of Zinsters here. Saucy God, Pelicans, trash, go Golden State. Send the Pelicans to Seattle, the new Sonics team? Ooh. But here's the thing, all right, I don't want to miss Miguel's question about Mark Davis. As to why he didn't tell the truth, that's a question to ask him. I don't know why. He could have handled it this way. Mark could have said, all right, he could have said this in 2014. He could have said, look, I want to go to Vegas. Okay. Here are the obstacles, City of Oakland, and here's why I want to go. Here are the issues I have. Boom, 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 boom. By the way, and then he could show up, he could say, here's a drawing of the stadium that I want, right? And here are the specifications. And you have this amount of time to go here, here, and here, and we'll help you this much. That's good faith dealing. Why Mark Davis didn't do that and why he was not advised to do that is the question of the century, at least with respect to NFL business. Okay, let's see here. And Steve Collins is right. There was a pattern of this fibbing years ago. John Marks, Mark Davis should have been honest since day one. He should have. Rick 209, what are the odds of Raiders staying in Oakland at this point, Zinni? Coin flip, which ain't bad if you think about it. But it's also reflective of, I'm being honest with you, I don't think this is a great deal. And I think the deal's going to collapse. I think it's going to collapse politically before it collapses economically. It's the politics of it and how UNLV looks that concern me. The politics really of this deal concern me. And UNLV paying rent, the Raiders not paying rent, this uncertainty with Mr. Adelson. Think about it. Suppose Adelson is still involved and then someone happens to leak a document to the NFL. So now you've got a gambler that's been involved for some time, and it looked when the Raiders made it look like. In other words, this is the ultimate head fake, right? And think about it. Let's go a step further. Let's speculate. I know I say I hate to speculate, but I like to set up null hypothesis and say, okay, that's null hypothesis. Let's how to prove it wrong, right? Here's another null hypothesis. Maybe this was the ultimate Raiders head fake. Oh, we don't have a relationship with Sheldon Adelson. But we really do, but we don't know it. And we got the money, but you don't know it. And we're in Vegas because you voted for us because you thought we weren't involved with Adelson. Given the way the Raiders have handled everything else, that's a logical something to expect. And if it's proven, remember you heard it here first. Okay? I don't trust this deal. I don't. Sorry. Now, Raiders have left several times already, yet fans are supposed to be loyal. Yeah. Says Walk. Jin Y says, isn't Adelson on record for calling Mark unethical? So? You know how many times I've worked in politics for so long? If I had $1 for every time someone said something opposite of what was really going on, I'd be really, really wealthy. Saucy Gone, who do you think is winning the Super Bowl? Think Seahawks? No, I really think the Bucs are going to go to the Super Bowl this year, and I think it's going to be let's see, the NFC Championship, Bucs Cowboys. Bucs emerge, and they play, as far as the AFC champion, it's either going to be, really it should be either the Raiders or the Broncos, or, yeah, I did say the Broncos, or the Chiefs. I'll tell you this. I believe the AFC champion is going to come from the AFC West this year. I really believe that. The AFC West is that strong. I really believe that. Just, hey, the Broncos have Jamal Charles. Woo! If that doesn't give you chills, I don't know what does, okay? The Broncos have Jamal Charles. Oh my God, the Broncos have Jamal Charles. Let that sink in. That's like Billy Ray Cyrus saying, I want to be called Cyrus. Cyrus. I got to admit to you, I never heard of Billy Ray Cyrus until Miley Cyrus did that Party in the USA song, which I admit I like. Broncos D-line kind of... See, he says Steelers versus Bucks. I know it's early, but it's fun to speculate, Steelers versus Bucks Super Bowl, possibly. Jin Y says Mark doesn't like red seats in the Levi's Stadium, but if he got his wish to move to LA, he would have had to share LA Memorial with the Rams, and Memorial has red seats. Yeah, but here's the thing, they would, yeah, that's true. That's true. Miguel Rossetti, you're making my stomach turn with all this Denver Bronco talk. Sorry. You asked me, and when I evaluate how a team is going to do, it's with my head, not my heart. I can separate those two, okay? Let's see. Maniac says, can I go to his question? Let me try again. Yeah, Ellis is right. Ultimately, Oakland was getting used. Sorry, Maniac. Let me go back. And Maniac says, can I go back to my question? Hey, Maniac, can you copy and paste that question rather than asking me to go back? Because I have to scroll back a long way. It's better if you just copy and paste the question, and then I can see it. Like, for example, Walkberry says, I can't wait to see the black hole replaced with corporate people who are just there until the next Vegas show starts. Yep. And may not cheer for the Raiders. Slew of Damicus says, taking the Patriots game and Steelers next season out of Oakland was a major stab in the back by Mark Davis and the Raiders and Oakland faithful. Yes. So I don't see that. Maniac, I'm looking, and I don't see it. I'm sorry. So I'm asking you to copy it and paste it again, all right? So if you can't copy it and paste it, I have to ignore it. Because you asked me to go back, and you had the same thing there again, saying go back to my next question again, up further. And I'm thinking, is that funny? Not funny to me. So just copy-paste what you wanted to ask. But again, I said this last night, and I'll say it again to other people. Do not do anything that causes me to miss what somebody else wrote because you think it's funny. It's rude. Not that you intended to do that, but just repost the question. Like Sloop Damicus. If the Raiders didn't have Derek Carr and sucked like they sucked from 2003 to 2015, they wouldn't be leaving Oakland. Benjamin West says, Raiders back-to-back Super Bowl champs the next 2 years. Haha, I'm a dreamer. But it's a good dream. John Mark says, Raiders will not win a Super Bowl this year, or the next year, or ever again. So we have the opposing people. And Charles Barkley's a great man. He's just great. He's just great. Ellis Conway's cracking me up. Dorian says, Benjamin West, I have the same dream. Crawford says this deal's going to get set on fire. Yeah. And folks, it's 1:42. I'm going to go until 2 o'clock. Oh, ML Scott says, Jamal Mills, I have a question about you saying in the last video that Oakland shouldn't sue just in case the deal blows up and Raiders have to stay. Do you feel they should sue now that the land is purchased? Okay, let me explain something. I said it may be a bad idea, but I then said this, and I'll say, all right, fuck it. Ooh, did I just curse? Ooh. Yeah, I did. Fuck it. Yeah. Sue. Craft the lawsuit. What I'm saying is this. File an injunction. Okay? File an injunction. The problem is that it appears that no one other than us are fighting for Oakland. The mayor is certainly not giving the appearance that she is fighting for Oakland. The council's not fighting for Oakland. Oakland needs a champion, and it needs aggressive action. I go back to when UC Berkeley Chancellor, the great Chan Ling Tien, said at the Regents meeting regarding the student tuition issues, this goes all the way back to, I believe it was 1992, he said, when I fight for Berkeley. That's a leader, okay? And he stood up in the Regents meeting in front of everybody, and he stood up tall for the University of California at Berkeley. Oakland has not had a mayor that stood up tall for its city since Elihu, okay? I mean, just you stand for your city against all odds, against anybody. When I worked for the mayor, I cold called everybody. By contrast, the people that work for Libby, they ask council members if it's okay to call the NFL. So you don't ask anybody if it's okay. They've asked me if things are okay. No, you just do it. You have the alpha dog in you to get it done. Oakland does not have alpha dogs. We need alpha dogs. Say what you will, and I've said it, about the Raiders and the Las Vegas. At least they got some alpha dogs involved in this. We need some alpha dogs. And, oh, by the way, when I say alpha dogs can be male or female. So don't ever think that I'm trying to speak in some kind of hushed tones. No. Camille Cates Barnett, the assistant city manager in Dallas, was an alpha dog. Look her up. A legendary city administrator, okay? Elizabeth Hollander, the director of planning for Chicago, doing the planning for the Harold Washington Library Complex, an alpha dog. Look her up, all right? So my point is that this is not a gender issue. It's a matter of attitude and direction. Alpha dogs, we don't have them. We need alpha dogs. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Hills Conway says, man, I need to be back here for office. Oh my gosh. Ellis says, careful, you know Vegas officials are listening. Well, yeah. Okay, Maniac, I got you. Hold on a second. Maniac says, what's going to happen when LA falls with the Rams and Chargers? Is the NFL going to apologize about these moves that shouldn't have happened? Let's see what happens, Maniac. And I'm glad you posted the question. I apologize for missing the others. Let's see here. Go Cubs says, when the stadium starts to get built, can the Raiders say no and stay in Oakland? Hi, Mama Z. You got it. I'll let her know. I don't see what's stopping them. Well, whoa. If the stadium gets built, if it goes that far, the Raiders have signed several contracts saying they have to play in it. Okay? So that would trigger a huge lawsuit on their part. The only way that wouldn't happen is if something structurally went wrong with that deal. They could find something. They could give themselves an out. Okay? So it's not impossible at all. Just difficult. Just difficult. ML is posting for Jamal. Okay, thanks, ML. I got you. And Wally Berry says the defense needs to show up. You just can't rely on Carl all the time. Correct. Slew of Damocles says the Raiders will absolutely win the Super Bowl this season if Derek says it's healthy. So I think I've got those. Yeah, Steve, you're right. The longer it takes to file the move, the more problems we face. That's true. Rick Rice says the Chargers and Rams in LA is a joke. The fans of both of those teams won't outnumber the Browns fans. Ooh. Rick Rice with the Browns blast. Miguel Rose says Jeannie Bush should buy the Raiders from Mark Davis. I like the idea. Dorian says Rams and Chargers will definitely fail if they don't win in the next 2 to 3 years or sooner. Hey, watch out for the Chargers. Because they have a new coach, great personnel, no one knows what they're going to do, defense or offense. Those are the teams that should scare you the most. Great personnel, new coach, young coach, new offensive and defensive staff, new schemes. Look at what Dan Quinn has done. Watch out. Don't sleep on... That's right, Ellis Conway. Don't sleep on Phil Rivers. Nope. And it will be... Maniac, you're right. It will get very interesting. And I'll... You remind me of something. Bosa is scary. Isn't he, though? Wow. Isn't Bosa scary? Wow. It is. It is. Hey, so I got to ask you guys, what do you think? I mean, I want to hear your feedback about the Raiders promoting Vegas. Is it on a scale of one being like horribly so bad it's the devil's act, 10 being, oh yeah, it's cool? What is it on a scale of 1 to 10 to you? 1 to 10. See that? Yeah, sure. 1, more. 1, a 1, another 1. I got ones. I'm getting ones across the board, boy. I feel like I hit a slot machine. One. 0.05. Crawford with a 0.05. Jin Y says promoting Vegas is only going to anger fans even more. 1, because it's too soon. Miguel says slap in the face here in Oakland 1,000. -1. 1. I get a 5 from Go Cubs. I think Go Cubs is being contrary. Ryan 5100. I hate it. I feel like they're disrespecting the Oakland fans. 1. John Marks. -100. Steve Collins speaks for me when he says Crawford laugh out loud. Ha ha ha. I quite agree. That's fun. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. 1. It was a spiteful move, says Ellis Conway. Like making 9/11 jokes less than a month later. Ooh. Whoa, that's... Oof. Ellis Conway with a 9/11 comparison. Wow. Let's see here. Jin Y says, the Vegas BS shows why all pro sports teams should be community-owned like the Packers. I agree. The Packers are a very well-run team. Ellis, we all, yeah. I agree, Jin Y, and Ellis, you're right, too. Crawford says, this is all going to blow up in his Davis face. He is asking for ruin. It is like this intent to build karma. And you know what? The whole approach is a lot like, in its way, how Mark Davis approached Raider fans, like Grizz. It's kind of like that in your face, I'm going to do this anyway. You do, nah, what are you going to do, huh? It's my team, yeah. Kind of like that, right? That's what it looks like. That's a manufacturer of bad karma. Sure is, yeah. Now, it's like your spouse cheating but says it's okay because we'll get a divorce in a couple of years. Walk Blurry 93, pretty good. Go Cubs says, I feel bad for Oakland fans, but I will get to when they move, I can go to their games because they're closer to Denver. Interesting. Quite interesting. John Marks, do you think North Korea will get nuclear warhead aimed at... John Marks, do you have some sort of in with Kim Jong-un? I'm just asking. Do you? I mean, where did that come from? Oh boy, where did that come from? I don't. Where did that come from? That is hilarious. 11:52, folks. That's hilarious. John Marks says, laugh out loud, not yet. Steve Collins says, Zinni, do you think the Vegas deal is happening because Davis has agreed to sell a new owner who wants Vegas? I see what you're getting at now. I don't think so. I know it's an out clause for him. However, if the Raiders are acquired by eminent domain, Mark would have to sell. He'd be forced to sell. He'd get $2 billion. So in a way, Mark can't lose. Well, I take that back. He wouldn't get $2 billion. He would get 20% of that. The Raiders as a whole were $2 billion. He gets part of that. So, there you go. Okay. Let's see here. Steve Collins, Zinni, do you think the Vegas deal is happening? I did. Okay, yeah. John Marks got that one. Peace. Steve Collins says, sorry, no problem. Maniac says, I remember when Mark Davis told us he didn't care about the bells and whistles, and now they're getting a stadium with all the bells and whistles in the NFL. Yeah, how about that? He also told us he wanted a 55,000-seat stadium, right? And I told anyone who wouldn't listen, don't believe him, ask for 65,000 because then we can get a Super Bowl. Okay? Just saying. Zinni, you're not going to be a Raider fan no more because I'm from Los Angeles, and when they moved back to Oakland, I was still a Raider fan. No, look, again, I've said this before, I'll say it again. This goes back to Jordan, something that was inculcated in my head by the National Football League, and specifically Jim Steig, who was then Senior Vice President of Events for the National Football League. And he told me that in order to gain a Super Bowl, the mayor and the team owner have to be one in lockstep, okay? When Wayne Richardson, who was then the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Wayne Weaver, excuse me, wanted a Super Bowl, was for his region. He cared about it, so he went to the mayor. He showed respect for the mayor. The NFL shows respect for politicians. When we gave our Super Bowl presentation, when Commissioner Paul Tagliabue was running the NFL, we walked in. Jerry Brown was the mayor, but his highest held position ever was governor. So when we walked in, Commissioner Tagliabue said, "Governor Brown, welcome." Jerry was treated like royalty. All right? So I say all that to paint the picture of how the NFL properly treats elected officials in cities and home teams. And the Raiders don't do that. So you're asking me to be a fan of a team that treats its city inappropriately. No. The city that created its brand. No. The Raiders have to give to people. And you always ask to give to the Raiders. The Raiders are not God. We're not talking about Jesus Christ and Apostle Paul. We're talking about a group of people who do not show proper deference to a city and its people. And I can name a number of examples of this. And so you ask me to like that organization when they move to another city, and they are more likely going to treat that city terribly too? No. Ziggy Wolf told us, Grizz was there, about how much he wanted to have a stadium for his town. Oakland deserves an owner and a management group that cares about it. The Raiders have no business treating Oakland the way they have. You understand what I'm getting at? I don't care what anybody says. Nothing. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Major. Thank you. Thank you. Walt Blair says Raiders in Vegas would be like hockey in Texas. Thank you, ML. Appreciate it. Sue Damian, Zenny, the Haas ownership. Yeah, Wally Haas, great guy. I know Wally. Of the A's is exactly the kind of ownership that speaks the ideas. Yes. Thank you, Slew. You're right. You're right. John Marks is right. The Raiders need to apologize to Oakland. We don't deserve that. Okay. All right, it's 1:57, folks. I'm going to sign off. It's been fantastic, and I'll be back. Wax on, wax off. Or is this wax on, wax off? Wax on, wax off. I'm waxing off. I'll see you guys. I'll see you all. I'll see you guys. Go Warriors. Go Warriors. Thank you all. You guys have been fantastic. Go Warriors. Go Warriors. Thank you. I'm still waiting for a B of A statement too. I'm searching around. I'm digging, man. I'm digging. Thank you all. Thank you. That's right. You can bet your last money it's all going to be a stone gas, honey. I'm Don Cornelius. Well, I'm not. I'll see you guys later. Good. Oh, fun stuff. Good night. Good night, everybody. Good night. Go Warriors. Go Warriors. Thank you. Good night, Miguel. Good night, Raider. Jen Y, Crawford, Rick Rice, Steve Collins, Mr. Marks, ML, Maniac, Jordan, Barry Lee, who departed before us. I said Jen Y, I believe. Ellis, everybody. Good night, everybody. Good night. Oh, Rick Ross, I got the whole Joe Flacco thing. I got that covered. I'll get your answer very soon. In a way you probably didn't expect, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night. I'll see you. All right. Good night. Good night. Steve Collins, to be continued. I'll see you guys. Good night.